What up, though, everybody? This is another episode of the PopCulture 223 podcast. We back in the building. We've been on a little hiatus. I don't know what episode this is. This is, I think, episode 9, probably, in between there.
I believe so.
Okay, whatever, but we'll post it.
What up, though?
What up, though? Look, I got another guest in here. Like, you know, the idea of the podcast is not necessarily everything about pew-pewing and all that. It's about training the whole body, the mind, the body, the fitness. And sometimes the firearm is the last resort, but it's the first response to a deadly encounter. But you might have to go to your fisticuffs, right? You might have to use those fisticuffs. So
them hands.
I got them hands. I got a guy here today that's been in 15 street fights and 25 bar fights. Ain't lost one yet.
Damn. Wait a minute.
The homeboy Dom. Dom, introduce yourself.
Wait.
Randy Watson.
That boy good.
Oh, it's good.
Right. Wait a minute.
So look, you're right. So Dom, just introduce yourself, man. This is short. Where you
This
from?
is my kind of
and
guy.
then we'll get into it.
Hey, my name is Don Lambs. I'm the owner and lead instructor of Valhalla Krav Maga out in Oak Park, Michigan.
Valhalla.
Been training since 2007. Opened up Valhalla in 2016. Got my black belt in 2022. I'm sorry. No, it was 2021. Time
Okay,
flies.
but Valhalla Krav Maga.
Krav Maga. Yep.
Krav Maga.
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm not sure what my overall record is, but I'm still here. So
Come on, we going with that one, Dom. Don't make me look bad. That's what you told me.
I mean, it
couple years ago.
might be 16 and 30. I don't know.
That's what I'm talking about. 16 and 30. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, but we're gonna get into
Hey,
some.
so we got Mr. Ass Kicker here today, then, huh?
Yeah, I'm good enough to still be standing. So I'm
BF, bad motherfucker. That's what I'm talking about. That's how we
Right.
get down.
So, hey, affiliates today. I ain't gonna say it. Well, you already know
I ain't got my
FLP,
sheet.
Firearm Legal Protection. If you're willing to protect yourself,
I ain't got
they
my
will
sheet.
protect you. And I also think they will defend you in court if you have to use your fisticuffs. Right? You had to
Hell
get
yeah.
busy. You know, so
You running
that's
up on
one of
the
the
crowd,
affiliates, man. Firearms Legal Protection.
running up on the Krav Maga King and shit.
Right.
You know.
You know what I'm saying? So if you carry a firearm, please get you some firearm legal protection or some insurance, regardless of firearm legal protection or something else. Please get you some if you carry a
What
firearm.
happened to my sheet, man?
What, the sheet? The little
Yeah.
Also
You probably
Walker
took it.
Talk America is also one of our affiliates. Well, you know, I kick it with them. I think they're doing some great stuff, and get down some of those.
Thank you.
So Walker Talk America is a nonprofit 501c3 that's dedicated to bridging the gap between mental health and responsible gun ownership. Their mission is to enhance the perception of mental health among gun owners while evaluating the standard of mental health care within the community. So, you know, so if you got an issue or you know people got issues or having some mental health issues and they carry firearms, you can reach out to the resources. A lot of this stuff is you don't have to mention your name. That you know, you go to the website, look it up. You can just go on there and take a test and see where level you at, and just go from there. So you know, look them up, man. My homeboy Trenchworth Chronicles, Devin, he's a big advocate of them, pushing them heavy. Please look into them. Like they doing some great stuff. And also, like we always say, if you like what we're doing, please hit the like and subscribe button.
Yes, sir.
We need the support and we need the push. So let's get into it. The homeboy Don.
All right.
He said he's 6. What did he say? 16 and 30.
Might be 16 and 30 now. I don't know.
Man.
Minutes since I've seen you.
So you know, I kind of had a.
Probably more like 30 and 16 or something. He being modest.
I kind of had a little script. You know what I'm saying? I wrote down a script, but we had some prior situations that happened yesterday that we want to talk a little bit about.
Yes.
In between, and I'm gonna leave Bear like throw it in there because he a good judge. Like where should we talk about it at or whatever. But Don, I'm gonna talk a little bit about you. So you're Krav Maga. So what is Krav Maga? Like,
So Krav Maga is essentially is Israeli form of self-defense and fighting, right? So the short version is the guy who started it was a Jewish individual, wrestler, gymnastics background, and when the Nazis started showing their true colors, he got all his friends together, had them attack each other, and looked at their natural responses, made some fine tunes here and there, and developed a system. Post World War II, Israel becomes its own country, and obviously there are a lot of people who weren't too happy about that. Israeli government says, hey, you got to come over here. You got to train everybody. Because at this point, young, old, men, woman, you're a soldier. We ain't got nobody left, right? And so that's how it started. It started as a practical system that anyone can use. Everything we do is, simple, easy, but effective. Like, we don't do a lot of high-spinning back kicks. They're cool. They're fun to watch. But they're not, the average person's not doing that, right? So it's...
I ain't limber enough.
Right. I'm not limber enough, right? So it's, punch, kick, and run away. If do what you have to get out of a situation. Avoid violence if you can, but if you can't avoid violence, be ultra violent, and then go.
Quick question, just to kind of debunk a myth. If for some people that may have heard the name Krav Maga and just don't know the full thing, so there's I don't say a conception, but there's a thought process from some people that may have heard that a lot of Krav Maga is kind of anything goes.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, we borrow stuff from everybody. Like, we borrow stuff from VJJ, we borrow stuff from judo, we borrow stuff from karate, from a lot from boxing, wrestling. If it works, we'll use it. No problems. We don't. But yeah, it is. If I get in a fight with 3 guys, if I can kick them all in the groin, I'm kicking them all in the groin. I don't care if it's manly or not manly. I'm going home. If I got my kids with me, I'm doing whatever I have to get them safe. I don't care.
Most definitely.
So yeah, there's a lot of that where, do whatever you have to do. Now a lot of people think, and this is, I can win any fight. I don't follow rules. No, you still have to know what you're doing.
Right.
If I go up against a trained UFC guy, I'm getting my ass handed to me, right? Because that's what they do, right? No,
maybe, maybe not. No.
I go against some 25-year-old UFC fighter. I'm not winning that fight. And I'm not getting to that fight. I know better.
Right.
So it's not the end all be all, but it does give the average person a lot of answers and a fighting chance.
That's a lot of answers, right?
Yeah.
So I was talking to my homeboy. He's like, "Who you got on?" I said, "I got my homeboy Dom on there. He didn't been in like a bunch of street fights, badass." But he said he'd probably get his ass whipped by a jiu-jitsu guy.
On the ground? Yeah. I don't want to fight on the ground.
I was like, yeah. I said, but Don probably would. This is like you said. This is not a skill. We about to go into a jiu-jitsu class. Like let's see who's gonna do what.
Right.
Yeah.
This is like for the average person, mom, dad, whoever. If they get in a situation, they got some answers.
Yeah.
And most of the time, an encounter. I ain't gonna say nowadays because it's shit different.
Right.
But you might have to use your hands.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You might have to defend yourself to get to, like you said, your weapon.
Yeah,
your
when I go to jiu-jitsu class, I've taken a few, and I love it because I get to be a student again.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm here to learn. I'm not here to show off. I'm not here to be that guy. I want to learn.
Right.
And then you take that and kind of implement it and mix it up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
See, I like that.
That's the goal, right? Like, there are a lot of good answers out there. Any one system that says, I have all the answers for everything, no, you don't.
Right.
You can't.
Right.
It's not possible.
Right.
You have some great answers here, but you might not have any answers over here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I have answers over here, but I don't know what the hell I'm doing over here.
Right.
So we can kind of communicate, figure out a middle ground, then we're all better off for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna say this ahead of time, just because I'm probably gonna lose it. If you ever got a story to share, any kind of questions we ask, share the story.
Okay.
Because I know you probably got I'll be grammar up on million and one question. People come to you and say, man, this is what happened. I'm glad. Thank you for your teaching. I benefited from it emotionally and physically because this situation happened.
Mm-hmm.
But just in case something pop in your head, you know what I'm saying? Just always please share.
I got one. I was talking to one of my students, maybe a year ago now. And I'm sorry. She was at a bar, a bunch of her friends, and some guys, and kind of got in her face, and she probably said a few words too because she likes to.
Why not? Say what you're gonna say.
To pop off a little bit.
Yeah,
Why not? Pop off.
But she was telling me, she's like, yeah, he got in my face, and she's like, before I knew it, I had my feet in the right position, I had my hands up, like I wasn't throwing, but I was ready. I didn't even think about it. It just happened. I'm just ready. We call it our fight position, right? Where hands are up, and it's like I'm ready, and I everything's going. I'm calm.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I am calm. I'm not freaking out. I'm just fine. And she's like, it didn't even like. She told me it didn't. She didn't realize it until like an hour later. It just
So
kicked in.
happens.
the consistency of training and reps meant put your body and mental in a
Yeah.
place where
It was just instinct.
it was the Matrix.
Yeah, it was just instinct for her.
Instant, like I'm about to get his ass up,
Yeah.
groin, elbow, out of there.
Yeah, and
Throat
nothing.
punch.
Apparently, nothing ever happened. Like it just cooled off, or he walked away, or whatever happened. But she was just like, it was awesome that had he done something stupid, I was ready for it.
Mm.
I was like, okay, cool. I mean, I'm glad nothing happened because that's the goal. But I'm also glad that your hands are up, and I don't have to yell at you for not having your hands up.
Right,
You know?
right. Matter of fact, speaking of story time, man, go ahead and tell that one story we was talking about that we need you to tell on air, man.
What story?
The one that we were just telling, the story he told that we was
Okay,
like,
well, we're gonna get into that. So,
What's up?
but you know, and another, so you know, on the podcast,
that was too good, man.
on the podcast, you know, we can get gun nutty, you know what I'm saying, up here, but Dom, he carries a, you know, he's a Second Amendment, he carries a firearm. Well, he carries a firearm, plus with the guns he got on his shoulders, but he also carry a firearm. So, what's your favorite EDC carry?
Well, I have a summer gun and a winter gun.
Mm.
My
like
summer
that.
gun is a Glock 30, 45 cal, 10 and 1, and my winter gun's a Glock 21, 45 cal, 13 and 1.
So you're a 45 guy.
So what's the
45
what?
guy.
Okay, see, and I guess I was just saying to the audience, like, you know, we carry, like we got just some skills up in here. It ain't just gun, but he got some other skills. But why the summer and the winter gun?
So the Glock 21, which is my favorite gun, it's just a full size 45. It's huge,
Huge.
and it's just high. It's hard to conceal it.
Right.
I always carry concealed. I don't like carrying open carry. I don't want you to know I have a gun on me. I know a lot of people like carrying open, and they have their reasons for it, and fine. I don't agree with it.
Nope.
So wearing summer clothes like a short and t-shirt,
Mhm.
I can't hide the 21.
Right.
I can't. It's just
Oh yeah, for sure.
there's a cannon on my hip, right? On the 30, I can hide.
Right.
As long as I'm not wearing anything like too tight, I can hide it pretty easily,
Mhm.
and that's really the big reason. And in wintertime, the reverse. I'm wearing bulkier clothes. 21's easier. Hide's also easier to get to because it's got a bigger handle, so the clothes don't get in the way as much.
So you saying just why not a 9mm opposed to like the 45?
My wife carries a Glock 19. Or no, she has 19 and a 26. Is that the medium or the baby Glock? I always forget.
Yeah,
the
the small double stack, loose term
Is
there.
it 26 or 27? Because I got the subcompact.
Yeah, the 27 is the subcompact 40. The 26 is the subcompact 9.
Okay,
The only reason why I said big quotes of double stack is the 43X, even though it's a stack and a half, big quotes there. Technically, you might as well say that's a double stack.
Yeah, no, she's got 26 and the 19.
Yeah.
And the 19, I love that gun. That's a great gun.
Who don't?
Yeah, it's a great gun, right?
Except for like SIG fanboys or
Yeah.
another product fanboy, but yeah.
At the end of the day, I think 9s are great. I just like the 45 a little bit more.
Okay.
It's just, why do I drink Corona and not Budweiser? I like Corona a little bit more.
Hey, bro. I guess I was getting into it
Corona
because
tastes better too.
Right?
only why I was thinking that I thought you might have said you carry a 19 in the summer and a 45 in the winter. Just because more people in the wintertime got more layers of clothes.
Yeah.
So the ballistic, a bigger round, going through shirt, t-shirt, jackets, whatever. But that's what I was thinking. Because in the wintertime, I'm carrying a bigger caliber sometimes, but usually just 19s. I mean, I'm a 9mm boy.
Yeah.
Just because I shoot with it or train with it, it's a cheaper round. Got to shoot a lot. So.
I was. My wife's like, should I get a 45 like you, or should I get a 9? I'm like, you should get a 9 because rounds are expensive. You can save us some money.
Right.
And 9mm nowadays they're great rounds.
Yeah.
I mean,
The evolution of the 9mm
yeah.
came a long way. Right.
I mean,
So-
as much as I love making jokes about tiny holes, big holes, you're doing damage to the 9.
Right.
Come on.
Right. So, have you had any training outside, not the Krav Maga, but like any handgun training and all that?
Yeah.
Because you got an AR-15?
Yeah.
What kind you got?
It was built for me by a friend of mine who builds ARs. So I honestly don't know all the details about
Okay.
it.
So we're gonna go with a good built rifle.
Yeah.
Not a low budget. It's a good built rifle. We're
Yeah,
gonna
no,
go
he
with
built
that.
it for me. I know it's a Springfield upper, and I couldn't tell you the rest of it, to be honest with you.
16.
I think yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have trained with it in
Yeah.
okay.
I'll be honest, I haven't shot the rifle in too long.
Right.
I've been more of the handgun. I carry the handgun.
Yeah. But you got
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, I just miss shooting the rifle. I got to force myself to get out there. It's just fun to shoot,
Right.
That's all. I need a T-shirt to say, "Let's just fucking shoot."
it's just fun,
That's a good idea.
right?
Let's just fucking shoot.
Let's just
Hey,
fucking shoot.
hey, and in case anybody else do it before
We're gonna use
we
that
get a
drop.
chance
I need that drop. I need that
yeah.
drop.
And if anybody else do it before we do, just know you heard it here first.
We said it first.
Right.
So, what kind of training you had on either platform or both at the same time?
So I used to train a lot with a guy out in Bald Mountain, Black Mountain Defense, Peter Verajai. He was my firearm instructor, and he has his own range out there associated with Bald Mountain. And he would put us through a lot of movement drills with handguns, stress drills, changing levels, changing angles, working around obstacles, clearing out jams. He take your mag and put a dummy round in there at some point. You have to figure out how to do that. He loads some mags with 2 rounds, some mags with full out, so you wouldn't know until you. It's just as much stress as he can put you under to deal with it in the moment. Similar to Krav training, we put you under a lot of stress, have you function. Just
shit.
Yeah.
Me there sweating with stress on my ass. Hell, you ain't had to do shit else. Like, Kevin, hit the bat. I'm like, come on, Don. What we doing? Oh man.
Gotta get you under stress. Gotta get that heart rate up.
Oh, it was up. It was up.
Gotta get that heart rate
I was younger KJ heavy then. It was still start rate was still up.
Yeah.
But that's cool, man. I know you and we was. So, what you want to ask him, Bear? You had a story.
Oh my.
Yeah. Well, man.
Okay,
right.
so this was a high stress situation.
Yeah,
He had a
yeah.
scenario.
So-
he was doing some training.
My instructor had me working my AR and my 21, right? My Glock 21. And the rules were I had 3 mags for each, right?
Okay.
And the rules were he would tell me, move forward, move back, drop down, stand up. He would give me all the directions. He would tell me when to switch from rifle to handgun. And if I ran out of ammo, I could switch out mags on my own. I didn't wait for instructions on that.
Mm-hmm.
Or if I ran out of gun ammo, I'd go right to the rifle or vice versa. So I had some control over it, but he had most control. So he put me through it, back, forth, up, down, switch out, and I'm doing great, right? And in my head, I'm like, okay, I got, one mag left, 2 mags left. I'm keeping track of where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
And I get to a point where he yells, switch. I'm like, I got 1 mag left for the handgun. I got 1 mag left for the rifle. I switch out. I go from handgun to rifle, bring the rifle up, and I fire the rifle dry. And then I knew that I could automatically go to the handgun without him telling me anything, right? So fire the rifle dry, pull the rifle back, grab the mag for the handgun, go for my holster. Gun's not in the holster. And I'm looking around, and I got the mag in my left hand. I'm looking around, and my instructor calls time. He's laughing his ass off. And I'm looking over him like, what the hell? He's like, you threw your gun, dumbass. And I look, and there's my gun, 10 yards away from me, towards the target. I'm like, when did I do that? He's like, your last switch. He's like, you were doing great. He's like, I yelled switch. You just threw your damn gun and went right to the rifle. I'm like, God damn it.
Hey, gun is shoot round, but it's also a frisbee.
Right? It's like, I get so mad. I'm like, I grab my gun, I load it up. I'm like, put your eyes and ears on it. And I just unload the mag into the target. I'm just so mad. And the range guy comes running over and says, what are you guys doing fast firing? And he's like, it's okay. He's having a moment. I'm like, yeah, I'm having a moment. Never done that again.
Take a deep breath. Go ahead.
I'm like, we're doing this drill again. He's like, oh, we're definitely doing the drill again.
Man, that was hilarious. We was like, yo, we got to tell that on the air.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. but here's the thing I'll say about that story too that I liked and reason why I'm glad you were like, yeah, we got to tell that on air because it's a teachable moment.
Yeah.
Not just from in the moment from when you were there, teachable, but it's also teachable to the effect of, man, when you actually in that moment and doing that, now you probably did it prematurely because you still had a spare mag.
Yeah.
But just in the sense of you got a secondary weapon or a second weapon, you can't be afraid to literally just get that out of there to go to it. Sometimes that may be faster than trying to reholster,
Right.
going for, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, high stress situations, you may not be able to take off the target, take eyes off focus and then go. It may be faster just to, as you're pulling up, get rid of that and go right in. So, but of course,
I'm gonna tell you this right now.
Of course,
They
you
gonna
got to
eat
know
your
that
ass up about that.
Yeah.
They gonna eat your ass up about that.
Yeah.
They definitely
Rightfully
gonna.
so. Yeah.
But like it's stressful. It's stressful situation,
Right.
regardless of what it was. You
Right.
did what you did.
Yeah.
You knew you had a superior. You went to your
Mhm.
rifle. It's time to work. Trying to get out of there. I got to go do something else.
Mhm.
It was just a good
Yeah.
thing. It was in a controlled environment.
Yeah.
He
Mhm.
called time.
And-
He looked around and said, "I'm a fucking asshole.
Oh, yeah.
I dropped my damn
Yeah.
I guarantee you, if you had a staccato 2011 on you, you wouldn't
He wasn't gonna throw that boy.
I guarantee it. He like, whoa, wait a minute. It's time. We put this book back.
I tell
Grab
you-
my rifle.
When I first got into shooting, I had my Glock. I had my 21 first. I owned it for maybe a month or two, right? And the guy that built my AR, he was working with Ranger Firearms at the time. He's like, you got to go out with them, take a beginner course. You're going to learn more in 8 hours. You're going to learn in 3 months at a range, right? So I'm like, cool. So I sign up for it. I go out there, and so the guys who run it, they kind of knew who I was. They knew I was Tom's friend, so they were giving me a little grief. And there was a guy there with a Kimber, like a beautiful, shiny Kimber, whatever,
Oh yeah,
right?
we know them guys.
Yeah. And so every time we had to do drills, it was like in a sand pit out in Brooklyn, Michigan, right? He would take my 21, throw it on the ground, kick dirt over it. I'm like, you mother. The damn thing never not fired,
Mm-hmm.
right? He would put the Kimber on a little carpet as a joke, like, oh, you can't get the Kimber dirty, you know. But I'll tell you what, by the time I got home, I had to take apart my magazines to get all the sand out of them. The damn thing never not fired,
Mm-hmm.
So,
ever.
yes. I remember one time, my homeboy Buff Shooter, when he was doing like stippling and everything, I was training with Jeff from DMI Performance. So, hey, if y'all looking for a good instructor, a good organization to go train with, he has a great curriculum. DMIperformance.com. Please look him up. Follow him on Instagram. I think it's DMI.
Check out the
performance.
homies.
I was out there training when it was a level 2 class. I had my Glock 23. I don't know why I had a 40. Don't even ask. But it wasn't.
It's a great caliber and gun.
Oh, no.
So I was out there training. It was a rainy, muddy day. We out there getting busy, just boom, boom, boom. So at the end of the day, it wasn't stipple. It was fresh. At the end of the day, end of the training, I gave my gun to Buff Shooter.
Mm-hmm.
He called me. He said, "What the did you do to this gun?" I know what you talking about. He said, "Man, it's dirt, grass, all
Dirt on
kind
top
of
of dirt?"
dirt on top of dirt." I said, "Oh, I just need to." I said, "Don't worry about that. Just stipple the grip. I don't give a shit about the dirt and the
some
grass. Put some water on it. Run some water on it. Get it. Just stipple the damn grip and give me my damn gun back. Shit. I don't care." You're like, "Man, what y'all be doing?" I said, "Hey, gotta come find out, bro. This was before he got busy.
I'm about to say that's how he started coming in. Yeah.
This was before. Now I swear to God, he's like, man. I said, "Look, you just gotta come out." He's like, "Man, what the hell y'all do to that damn gun?" I said, "Hey, it's a Glock. Gun is a gun. Shit. Just put some water on it. Just stipple the damn grip. Shit." But that's funny. That's funny. So what put you on the journey of Krav Maga? Did you actually do like other martial arts techniques and say, I want to just concentrate on this, or what was the passion
No.
behind Krav
So,
Maga?
I had a friend of mine who was training it, and he would take morning classes. And every morning he called me, "You gotta try it. You gotta try it. You gotta try it." I'm like, "Bro." And this time I was working at the casino. I'd get off work at like 3 a.m. Class started at 9. I'm like, I'm going to bed at 5. I'm not getting up 3 hours later.
I remember you don't bartend still, do you?
No.
Yeah, I remember. Kid.
Yeah.
I was old Dom. I remember those.
And he's like, "You gotta try it." I'm like, "Fine." I'm like, "If I try it, will you just shut the fuck up and stop calling me?" He's like, "Yes, I'll shut the fuck up and stop calling." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I go and I take a class, and I fell in love with it.
Mm.
And I'm like, this is some good stuff, right? And I'm like, well, I don't know. Then I kind of had to have like maybe a come to Jesus moment or something. And I remember kind of literally looking in the mirror, brushing my teeth. And I'm like, I'm 6'2", 215.
Mm-hmm.
Not many people are going to mess with me. But anyone who is, like, I don't know what to do. Right? Like, if push comes to shove, I don't really know what to do. And anyone's going to mess with me, can be bigger than me, probably stronger, right? And
Right. Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
like this, if push comes to shove, I'm in trouble. And I had to kind of be honest with myself about that. Like, you might want to learn something. Like, I was never the guy who went around, acting like I was 6'2", 215.
Right.
That wasn't never my personality. I used to bounce in bars, but it was always like group tactics. You just hug a guy, walk him out, right? It wasn't, it wasn't a lot of one-on-one stuff, right? And just the way we ran that bar, it was like you were maybe one-on-one for a few seconds where someone got there to back you up. It's someone's always there to back you up.
Right.
But I'm like, what if they want to back me up? What if? And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. And I'm like, well, you can either continue not knowing and roll the dice and hope no one ever messes with you, or maybe you learn something.
Right.
And I just liked everything about it, the physical aspect of it, the simplicity of it. I like being put under stress and figuring out what to do, and then your confidence grows. And now again, same attitude. I walk into a place, not looking for anything, but now I'm like, okay, if someone stepped up, I know what to do.
A big right hand.
Yeah, I got good 5 answers for you. Right?
I like
There we
that.
go.
I got good 5 answers.
and
I got 1 or 2.
Yeah.
We got 17 with it.
And even with all that, I still carry.
Oh yeah.
Still carry because
Oh yeah. Still a tool.
still a tool.
Like I said,
I keep it in the bag.
it's
I'm pretty good, but I got 4 people coming at me. I'm not that good,
Right.
but the 30 is.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I don't want to do it. I don't.
Right.
It's the last response, but it's the first response to a deadly encounter.
Mhm.
That's how I look at it.
I almost had a draw one time. One time, I almost had a draw.
Mm.
Really.
Yeah, I was at an ATM. It was around Christmas time, and I think I either withdrawing or depositing money. I went to ATM, right? And a guy pulls up in a minivan, tinted windows, and he's like, "Hey man, I got a stereo in the back. You want to buy a stereo? I'm trying to get some money for Christmas." And I turn, I put my back to the ATM, and I'm looking at the guy. I'm like, "No man, I'm good, right?" I got a little lady off to my left, and I'm checking the right. The right's kind of a blind corner, right? And I'm like, "I'm good." He's like, "No man, just check the stereo out." I'm like, "Bro, I'm good. Just walk away, drive away, right? Leave me alone." And I'm yelling, and he wouldn't go. So I put my hand just there. I didn't show it. I didn't brandish it. I know you're not supposed to. I know the rules.
Mm-hmm.
But I put it there, right? And I'm like, walk away, go away, drive away, leave me the fuck alone. I'm yelling 'cause I want people to see that I'm not trying to start anything, right? And he eventually, fuck off, asshole. He drives away. And the lady, she's like, I'm like, "Ma'am, you should probably go inside, take care of business inside, right?" And I go to my car. I'm not going to lie. I was shaking for like 5 minutes. Just in my car, the adrenaline's up. I'm just like,
Ooh, that's a. Oof.
I just like, I almost had to draw this guy. Like, and I'm glad I didn't, and I didn't want to. But it was there, and I was thinking, okay, if I draw, bring the gun up, get your sights. I'm thinking of all these things my instructors taught me, right? So it's all
Yeah.
going through my head, and all the same time going like, just fucking drive away. Just drive away. Let's not go. Let's not do this right now.
Not today.
Right? Christmas time. Come
Right.
on.
Not today, bro.
Don't take
I
away
ain't
the
got
baby's
time today.
Christmas.
I ain't got
Yeah.
time today, but
But
you
man,
catching
when
a
that
different
when that
day.
adrenaline dump hit, you guys had
Mhm.
adrenaline dumps hit, right?
I done had a jump and leave. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when
Tired.
that first hits, you're just shaking.
yeah.
I was in my car for like 5 minutes just until I could finally just get my breath and just, okay, all right, we're good. I'm also waiting for the cops to show up because I don't know who called what. It was,
Right.
well, it was in, it's Huntington Woods, was kind of an affluent neighborhood.
Oh yeah, they'd shoot.
Right?
Somebody called them. They was
Right?
Shit, they was there 2 seconds. He probably was up the
They never,
street.
they never were.
Oh well, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got lucky nobody did call because Huntington Woods.
Yeah,
they'd be
right?
called
I'm
in a
tripping that in
minute.
Huntington. So Huntington was a suburb of the Metro Detroit area, and it's also
Small
like a kind of suburb of Berkeley, Oprah. How you want to Berkeley, really?
Royal Oak too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's right-
so
right
it's
sandwich
right
right
there,
in
right
there.
in the middle.
So to say something like that happened there, it's like what?
Yeah. That was everything. I was just like,
Because Huntington
you're-
Woods is so small, man. They looking for money and looking
Yeah.
for it. We always talk about Highland Park cops don't got nothing to do. Man, Huntington Woods really ain't got
No.
nothing to do.
They got
have
speeding
nothing to do.
tickets, and
Yeah.
that's it. They
Yeah.
yeah.
The okay, so question, Bear. As a CPL instructor,
Mhm.
USCCA, whatever, how was his verbal?
Oh,
Would you
it
call
was
that get an A plus?
It was excellent. A+ for sure.
Okay, just checking.
As long-
Gotta checking him. You
Cause
know
see,
what
man,
I'm saying?
as long-
Hey,
It-
did he
it-
do the right thing?
Yeah, of course he did. I mean, because like you said, he was being verbal. He was letting them folks know that he was being non-combative. He was trying to.
And he got called an asshole.
right,
I've been
right.
called
He was
worse, so.
trying to, deflect and try to, kill the moment to not, be the aggressor. He was trying to end it peacefully, and then, have a man or somebody jumped out the car or something. Well, then, he'd been within his right.
It's
It's a different story.
right.
You know.
So I was about to say, what Barry? What you think about that situation?
No, that was great. That was perfect.
I just remember thinking like,
Especially being verbal in the first place.
Yeah. I think I want eyes on me. I want people to realize
And that was the key thing.
Yeah.
Is you want people to know like there's something going over
Yeah.
here.
Like,
So
this
look,
guy did everything
Yeah.
he could to not.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just in case,
Just in
get
case.
you some firearm legal protection. Just in
Yes, sir.
case. Just in case. You never know. It's always good to have it or not. Right.
Yes,
It's
sir.
always good to have it. So look,
Got it on me.
when when you first started until now,
Mhm.
and I know the COVID hit, how was that on the strain on the company?
COVID was man. So I remember you couldn't get hand sanitizer.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Couldn't get hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer I would normally buy was literally $60 a bottle, and I have to import it from England.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Right. So my wife found some hand sanitizer, and it worked, but it smelled ass. Right. It was just not good.
Was that the big pump bottles? or
Yeah,
whatever?
right,
Yeah,
it's just-
that stuff
Yeah, that's
terrible.
when it stuck to your hand. You
Yeah,
do like this,
yeah,
man.
Oh, yeah. So you
Yeah,
got
oh my
yeah,
god.
same stuff.
The liquid stuff or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
right?
terrible, man.
But it did the job, right?
Mm-hmm.
I remember one time, 'cause we were having class, and one of my students was like, "Man, this hand sanitizer sucks." I'm like, "I tell you what, next time we have a global pandemic that shuts down the entire economy, I'll let you pick out the hand sanitizer. Until then, shut up and use it, and let's get back to work, right?"
So you didn't close.
So
Well,
we
you could-
did.
Okay.
So here's what we did, and yeah. So here's what we did.
There you go. Remember that question we had?
Right.
Okay, listen. Right.
So here's what we did.
We did a Zoom call,
So-
Krav Maga meetings.
We so when what it was mid March they shut everything down, right? So let's just say mid March.
It was mid-March. Yeah.
So we did that. We shut everything down. We organized some Zoom classes. So we were doing Zoom classes for a minute. I think we did Zoom classes for about 6 weeks, and then it kept on pushing back the opening date. And
Mm-hmm.
I have issues with the government. I don't really trust them. So eventually, I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I'm opening up. Right. So what we did, we kind of did like speakeasy style, where we kept the front doors locked down, the shades down. We had people coming in through the back.
I
Right?
That by, I drove by a bunch of
Yeah.
times. It's just like,
Right?
okay.
And they
So-
closed.
I know where the cars are parked at. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Right. So we did that, and we talked to everyone. Like, hey, if you guys want to work individual on the heavy bags, great. If you want to partner up with someone, like we had a couple people, husband and wives came in. We want to work together, no problem. If you guys want to wear a mask, great. If you don't want to wear a mask, fine. I don't care. We're all adults here. We make up our minds. Right? We're gonna do what we're
Right.
gonna do. So we did that for a while, and then I was talking to an individual who works for the city of Oak Park, and that's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to bring him into this. And he asked me flat out. He's like, "What are you guys doing?" I'm like, "Well, what do you want to know? Because I don't want to. What do you want to know?" He's like, "Tell me the truth." I'm like, "Okay, fine." So I tell him. He's like, "Fine, just do that.
Right.
Just don't throw your windows open. Don't have a big open sign. Don't make us come down here and have a talk with you guys.
Mhm.
Deal, no problem."
That's
right?
right.
Right.
And then as time went on, summer people started getting a little more and more relaxed, and then we opened up. It definitely. I mean, I was in February of 2020. I was thinking about moving to a bigger location.
Mm-hmm.
The numbers are starting to climb up. I'm like, now might be time to expand, right?
Mhm.
And I was hemming and hawing about it, and I wasn't sure. And thank God I didn't, because had I did that, I would not have survived.
Mm.
Like
Mm.
where I'm at now, the rent's low enough. I was able to kind of weather out the storm. But yeah, so I look back like, man, if I would expand it, that'd have been it. That'd have been over.
Mm.
Now, I'm probably jumping the gun a little bit, but you said City of Oak Park. I'm guessing that's where you're at.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, quick question too. Do you guys do kids classes too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Evening classes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have to check you out then for
Yeah.
that, because me and my wife been talking about different martial arts for the kids.
Yeah.
She wants them to take Taekwondo, but I know most Taekwondo doesn't teach like real Taekwondo, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
A lot of it's like the high point scoring kind of BS, and then that's cool because any type of martial art that'll move is
Yeah. It's better than nothing.
it's better than nothing. But I don't want. It's a false to me.
Yeah.
I used to kickbox when I was a kid, or when I was younger. I used to box, so I know people that are into martial arts or any type of physical that understand, the this versus that, because there's points karate and then there's for real karate.
Yeah.
So it's
Not same thing.
it's not the same. It's not. So it's like, you know, you want them to learn the cute stuff to be cool. I want them to, you know, actually learn to the not just the mental aspect, you know, and the teachings and the discipline, but also how to defend
Right.
themselves. Especially, you know, my youngest being autistic. So I've been looking at different stuff. Like I wanted them to learn Wing Chun. I know it's a little simpler, it's easier, it's light, but it's still effective. Of course, I can teach them boxing. I've got bags, gloves, and stuff at home. We, you know, kind of do a little bit of stuff. But I've been looking for something that they can do. But I do kind of like the idea of Krav Maga because I was thinking about, which I might do, jujitsu with Chaos. And I'm gonna go have them take a look at that too. But there's nothing wrong with multiple disciplines.
No,
But I like
I
that.
And I
like
remember
that.
his name yesterday, bro.
With the kids program, we focus a lot on anti-bullying and anti-abduction.
Yep, that's the main thing
Yeah.
right there. Yeah, yeah.
And like, you know, I had one parent ask me one time, "Will you teach a kid like gun defense?" No,
Right,
because no, they're not.
Right.
They can't do it.
right,
No, I'm not going to give them false confidence. Right? I'll
Right.
teach them how to not get bullied,
right,
and if someone tries to abduct them,
right.
how to get out of that. Because
That's what I'm
honestly,
talking-
that's
yeah, I'm gonna have
the
to get
bigger
with you.
threat.
I'm gonna definitely have to get with you.
So talk. Right, I got script, but like just talk about that because I didn't look at the curriculum, but just to because that's what's going on today, right? Especially with the girls kidnapping and all that good stuff.
Shoot, all of them, boys, girls.
yeah,
kids,
but-
men,
Like, State of
but I know
Michigan-
what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah,
You guys know the state of Michigan is routinely in the top 3.
Oh yeah.
we were
human
talking about that.
trafficking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's scary.
If you find the list, you can look at them and find the list. There's a lot of places that are locally,
Yeah.
like within our tri-county area, that are like supreme hotspots for
Yeah.
it. And once I saw it, I go to like 3 of them. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, I'm really about to be, you know, not on edge. I don't want to be walking around
If
like
you ever
this, but
wanna,
you still
like,
gotta, you know.
have bad dreams, go on to what is it, the Michigan State? I forget the website, but the Michigan State government crime rate website. You have to Google it. I can't remember the actual website, and they break down all the statistics, right,
Mhm.
of every crime you can possibly think of, and the statistics in the state of Michigan. That will give you nightmares.
Mhm.
What's that movie out that's on whatever? I think it's called. It's a movie out that people talked about it a lot. I think it's on Netflix or something, but it got to do with child. I won't watch it. I want to
It's
watch
hard
it.
to watch.
I want to watch it, but I can't. Like
It's-
I was like, ugh. I don't know if I want.
And that's
to.
what it deals with
Yeah,
abduction and stuff.
Yeah, it's loosely based on a true story about an agent, right? Is it about the same one?
The guy was in it. Remember Deja Vu? The guy that was in the truck and Denzel killed him. He's like one of the main dudes in the movie.
Yeah, I think we're talking about the same movie.
Yeah.
I think we are.
It's called Silent. It's not Silent. It's
No,
I can't think of the name of it. I ain't got my phone because
Yeah.
I got cameras.
It's gonna drive me crazy. It's gonna drive me crazy.
But
trying to
yeah,
think of it.
this
So let's talk about that then after when
Song
when
of
we-
Silence.
yeah.
Is that the name of it? Song of Silence or something like that.
But I guess this like what are you teaching the kids as far as the abduction part? Like is that
So what we talk about is
Then we'll go on to last night when he's done.
okay?
okay. What we talk about is things to look for, like Sound of Freedom.
Sound of Freedom.
Okay,
Right,
yeah,
that-
I did see
that
that
was
on
gonna
there.
drive me crazy.
Is it on Netflix or something like that?
It might be on Netflix now. I think I rented it off of Amazon for
Yeah, I think
just
it-
to give myself nightmares because why not? Anyway, so back to your question about the anti-abduction. We teach them things to look for, right? Like walking down the street, why is that van there? Right? Why is that guy walking towards you? Obviously, the obvious ones. Hey, kid, come here. No, right? If someone grabs your backpack, how to get out of the backpack. If it's strapped onto you, how to get out of that real fast and just run, right? We talk about making a lot of noise, verbals, right? What we don't talk about, what I don't emphasize, and we're all pretty big guys, right? If we grab a 10-year-old kid, they might be able to get out of the first grab, and then run away because you can't fight us.
Right.
Right.
I don't care what you do. You can hit as hard as you want. We're gonna walk through it. It might hurt, but we're gonna walk through it,
Right.
right? And I see a lot of stuff where kids beating up adults. No, it's not gonna happen,
Right.
right? Unless you have a baseball bat, and even then, it ain't gonna happen. So you kick a knee, you kick in the groin, you run, you make a lot of noise, and you draw attention to yourself because that's what they don't want,
Right.
Right.
right? We teach a lot, especially now. like get your face out of that goddamn phone,
Right.
right? Like
Yes.
I did years ago. We did a big women's self defense seminar, and I had one of my students walk with her phone, with her face in the phone, and she knew I was going to attack her. Right? It was a demonstration, and there's a picture of me. And I got my hand all the way around her throat, and she's still looking at the phone. She didn't realize how close I'd gotten yet, and she knew I was going to attack her. She knew it. She knew by the time she got to a certain point, I was going to attack her.
Mm-hmm.
Even knowing that, there's a great picture. I wish I could find it. Like, my arm is here, and she's still. And then next moment, I had her in a full-out headlock, cut out blood and air. She couldn't scream or anything.
Mm.
Yeah.
And then I'm glad you talked about that, because one of the questions I had, like, how is it when the women come in there and they tentative, like how, like, because I know, fighting and punch, that whole giving them, empowering women with the confidence to take on situations like that. How is that up in there? Like, because I know when I look at there, cause I don't know her name, and I don't want to bring her up, but she comes to my job all the time. And she's like, Kevin, you coming back to Krav Maga? I was like, why? So you trying to whoop my ass? I ain't coming in there.
Because she always tells me, yeah, I saw Kevin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Right. She's like, yeah, you coming. And I know she a badass.
She is a badass.
She's a badass. She's in, I seen on IG, and I know she's in there, and there's a lot of women that come in there. So this time.
Some of the, it's like anything. Some women are just like ultra aggressive and, boom, 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 boom. And some takes a little bit more to get out, right? And it gets to a point where, like, a lot of the guys, they don't want to hit the women, because not that we're holding pads, right? So we're holding pads, and a lot of guys, like, they won't hit as hard. And, like, a lot of the women are like, you fucking hit me? Like,
that's what she said. I was like, listen, my switch is not going to tell me to fight you or to do anything that's 100%.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At you. It's just not going to
When I tell people, it's just that fine line, right? Like, you want to be a good training partner. A good training partner means you're going to hit hard, because if someone's going to attack you, they're going to hit you hard. Right?
It's going to be a male.
Yeah, most likely, right? So you're not helping anyone by just kind of just tapping them, right? So you got to find that balance of maybe not full power. Like, if you're working with someone who's literally half your size, maybe not full power, but hard enough where they actually have to deal with it. Because, I remember the first time I ever, like, sparred, and I took a good hit, and I'm like, that sucked, but I'm still here.
Right.
Okay, I'm still functioning, though. But until you take that hit, right? Like, I'm glad I took that hit in a safe spot, more or less. No one's trying to kill me.
Right.
Versus out somewhere else, and I take that hit, and I'm like, what your body just freaks out.
Right.
Right? There's a value to taking punishment, knowing you can take punishment, and then fighting through that.
So that whole Mike Tyson theory, what would he say?
Got a plan.
Everybody got a plan until they get hit in the face.
They get punched in the face.
Could not agree more.
Yeah.
Because I look at it, and she comes in there all the time, and on IG I see she in there getting at it, and I was just like,
yeah, she just got her brown belt not that long ago.
And then you have another instructor in there. I don't know her name.
I got two.
Which one was the first lady?
Maria.
And I remember I was in there training when I was going, but it was good to see that, what I'm saying, it's homegrown instructors in there to especially she's a woman now, it's just that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's not, to me, I never got the male dominated kind of vibe in there. Everything was more open and family. Yeah. And I was only in there for a couple months.
That's good chemistry.
When I walked in there, it was that's what it was.
I try real hard to have a good balance of, push each other, be aggressive, but don't be an asshole.
Right.
Right. No one wants to train with that guy or that woman. Right. But we were talking about a lady who used to train there and couldn't stand her because she would have a habit, like, after a sparring round, the bell would go off. 5 seconds later, she punches her partner. It's like, wait a second. Like, no. You have 2 minutes to hit this person. The bell goes off. Now everyone gets water, relax. I don't care if you're pissed off.
Right.
You don't hit people. And then don't cry when they hit you back, because next time I'm going to turn away when they start wailing you. I didn't see you. What? oh, why are you on the ground? Oh, karma, huh? Motherfucker.
But do you feel like that Krav Maga is easier for women to pick up than?
It's both. It's a lot of it is, what kind of attitude do you bring in? Do you want to learn? Great. If you don't want to learn, what's your motivation, right? I've had men and women both come in. Oh yeah, I've seen this before. I don't need to do this again. Well, you do because you're not good at it, right? Like, there's a reason you came in here. There's a reason you're paying me. It's because you want to learn this, so learn it, right? And a lot of it's just depending on what your attitude is. Yeah, some people will be better than others. Some people will be more athletic than other people. That's just it is what it is. I have some guys who come in who are super timid, right? Just they don't know what I don't think they've ever been in a fight in their entire lives, and you touch them, they're like, what? They just freak out. And then I see them a few months later. You see that switch in them.
You see that confidence?
Yeah.
It's a confidence booster to know that you're in shape and you can handle. You have answers for a question.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and get into the last night because we about to have a technical difficulty. We got a hard 12 minutes.
Well, what happened?
I have no idea why. I don't know if something didn't delete, whatever, but we got a hard 12 minutes. Are we going to run?
Man, all these technical difficulties, man.
Hey, man,
Let's get into
computers,
it.
man, computers. but hey, we about to be at that time regardless, though. So, yeah. That's
Okay,
we got a hard 12.
So
We're going to be at time regardless.
So look,
yeah.
we had a situation last night or yesterday. So just tell me what y'all thoughts about the Trump alleged attack. And I know that Dom, you had some ideas, or when was the last time something like this happened? I know since
So
we can't really get into it too much because we got 12 minutes.
Hey,
The last
And he
president.
the board controller. He's supposed to know this stuff.
The last
Yeah,
president that got
Hollywood.
shot was Reagan in '80,
Yep.
right? So 44 years ago, right? So first of all, I think we have to, because they're about to get dragged over the coals. I think you got to give Secret Service a huge shout out. In 44 years, there's only been 2 shots at the president or a candidate, right?
Mhm.
So the men and women of the Secret Service, kudos to you guys, because anyone who is willing to put themselves between a target and a bullet, like voluntarily, that's a special kind of person, right? And some of the pictures from yesterday,
Let me know in 5 minutes.
Mhm.
some of the pictures from yesterday, you see just them draping themselves over
Yeah.
Trump, right?
Over, yeah.
And not knowing if another round was coming in or not, right? And so I just want to I think we should give a shout out to those men and women who are willing to do that, because that's a special kind of person right there.
I guess
right?
my thing is just even reading on the way home. We were talking about it. It was just like how we pay all this money and Secret Service is like you said, putting themselves in harm's way. But how do they allow somebody to get that close within? Now you tell me he was way out there or at a different vantage point, but like on top of that, I was just like, man, come on.
I think how many attempts that we never know about have there been in the last 44 years, right? How many plans have been thwarted? How many right?
times did we something happen and we just didn't know about it?
Right. I think law of averages, 1,000,001, that one comes up.
But why it had to be this election and then Trump? It's like giving gas to blood.
Because-
It's crazy.
Okay, so my quick answer is choosing between Trump and Biden is us getting what we deserve. And here's what I mean by that. Who really likes either one of those two guys? Right? I mean, come on. I mean,
Sleepy Joe or
300 million people in this country, those are the best 2 we got. I can't believe that.
right.
And I'm gonna say this quick because of the time.
Yeah.
I've always said I'm an independent.
Yeah.
I do tend to swing more Democratic, but I also will vote Republican depending on the view of it. And I can honestly say, if you do your due diligent research,
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen a Republican that has had the economics, and we normally don't get political and do,
Right.
but I'm gonna say it, that's had the views like Reagan has to be what down
Yeah.
the party line what should be. And I think that's what's kind of killing it, like you said, from the Republican side. Like
Yeah.
nobody's really truly Republican anymore. Nobody's truly Democrat no more.
No.
It's a whole far this and far that.
Yeah.
So now it's like, okay, we got to choose between this and that.
Right. But I think it's because we've been, as a society, lazy the last 30 years of not demanding
Better.
better individuals.
Right.
Right? Regardless of your party affiliation, regardless of anything,
Right.
you should demand.
Right. Your two best options were somebody that's 84 and somebody that's 79. Like,
Right.
come on, that we.
like someone who's literally
Really?
a felon,
Right.
and someone who is most likely suffering from dementia.
Right.
Right? So
These are the choices.
It's
These are the choices?
it's your great granddaddy or your great granddaddy. It's
Right, I mean,
your great
so
or your great uncle.
yeah, I mean, this is kind of us getting what we deserve for not forcing the issue of like, hey, there are better people out there.
Well, I'm gonna say this, and then we're gonna have to do a part 2 because bare technical difficulties. It's always about the local,
Yeah.
the local people you need to vote on because that's usually what is gonna make or break what's going on in your
100%.
area.
And how many people
Right.
pay attention to local stuff?
Right.
Right.
And that's a big thing. Killer Mike said it on BT Awards, and I think he hit it on the head. It's like, yeah, you got this stuff going on with the presidency, but you need to look into your local municipalities and your local guys, judges, sheriffs, or whatever, to make sure they got your best interest in order.
Well, we just had a situation. So I live in Berkeley,
Mhm.
and the budget for this year, last year, like $5 million is missing from it. Like, wait,
I think I heard about that.
yeah, like, hey guys, what's up with that? And
It's like
and
Ann
that
Arbor with the $20 million on the school board.
and that affects me living in that city a whole lot more than what's going on in Washington. 'Cause
Right.
Mhm.
That
I'm gonna have to pay for that $5 million in my taxes.
Yep.
Right? That's so. Like you said, yeah, it's what's going on down the street is a lot more important
Then what's going on?
than what's going on in Washington.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, man, for real, Donald. I was just like,
What sucks is, I mean, it pretty much guarantees him to win, and that's what sucks because at least I don't know. I like the illusion of a choice, I guess maybe. I don't know, but
all right, so Don, so look, we're gonna wrap this up. So at the end, let us know where they can find you at, like Instagram, a website, and all that good stuff.
yeah. So the brick and mortar is 26039 Coolidge, Oak Park, Michigan. And then Facebook is Valhalla Krav Maga. Instagram is Valhalla Krav. I'm not really on TikTok anymore because I was losing too many hours of my life to TikTok. So I had to kill it.
Bro, I'll be on there, man.
I
Yeah.
just followed you on the gram too.
Yeah. And then I'm on LinkedIn is just Don Lambs. I don't have a Valhalla LinkedIn yet.
Okay.
So yeah, I try to post at least something every day. Usually us training in class.
So was Valhalla because of your heritage?
So how Valhalla came about back in 2012. I was out in Los Angeles training, and we were doing our final test for that level of training. And my instructor at the time was out there doing something else, and he's watching me train. And one of his friends was watching us train, and evidently my instructor's friend's like, "Hey, do you have anyone in that room?" And my instructor's like, "Yeah, the tall blonde guy." And the other guy, apparently, I'll word of mouth, is like, "You mean that fucking Viking throwing everyone around?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's my guy." So when I opened up my business, Valhalla is essentially Viking heaven. It's just a short
Right,
answer for
right.
that. So yeah, kind of it came from that.
Short question. What Vikings do you like? The one on Netflix or the
The
which
original,
one?
the history one.
Not the one on his not the one. There's like two different ones.
So there's Vikings, then there's Vikings Valhalla, which is like takes place 100 years after Vikings.
Okay.
So it's the same timeline, just 100 years later.
Right, because
And then
they still
there's-
talk about the same guy.
Yeah, then I think like the Last Kingdom, is that the other one?
Yeah, it's the new one. It's the new one on Netflix now.
Yeah. So
That's Valhalla.
the Vikings Valhalla, that's of the three that I've seen, that's my favorite one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not sure how historically accurate it is, but it's fun to watch.
Oh yeah.
The new season just dropped
Right.
like a day or two ago.
Yeah, it's up
Right.
now on
Is
Netflix.
it- yeah, I was like, I have to wait for my kids to go to bed because they're too young to see that one.
Right.
They get active quick.
Right. Same thing with Game of Thrones and House of Dragons and all that stuff. Right.
Well, when I used to watch Walking Dead way
yeah.
back when, I'd watch it, right, and then I stopped watching because my oldest child, she I'd always watch with her. I thought she was too young to realize what was going on. Until one day she started growling and bit my wife, and she's like, "Are you watching Walking Dead with Gwen?" No. All right, Gwen, you ruined that one. You can't watch that anymore.
Look over. She ain't paying attention.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden growls and bites the wife. I'm like, fuck. I guess we're not. I guess when we go to bed now, we'll watch
That's
Walking
another
Dead.
good story there.
Hey, so look, if you like what we're doing, please hit the like and subscribe button, share everything we're doing. Please look, if you're into some fitness training, getting your confidence up, getting your fisticuffs up, please look into Valhalla Krav Maga. Don, he's a good dude over there, good instructor, good education, everything he's doing.
Thank you.
Like I said, I'm glad you came on, brother.
Yeah.
Good time.
I'm glad we got you on here when we did. So look,
I'm glad I ran into you at Churchill's.
yeah,
Right?
I seen him at church. I said, I know that guy.
You went to Churchill's without me, dog?
Man, they called me. Some homeboys from
that's
high-
all right,
Yeah,
that's
I
all
did.
right,
Yeah.
that's all right.
And I ain't even a cigar guy.
It's all right, man.
And
Go
I'm
ahead.
not even
Go
a
ahead.
cigar guy. So look,
I'm looking around like, God, I know that dude. My
I'm supposed to be on this podcast.
My
What-
friend's like, well, ask him. I'm like, yeah. And then we walked out. I'm like, oh yeah.
Right. So look, gang recognize gang. We recognize you, so please recognize us. This is the Pop Culture 223 podcast, and we out.
Yes, sir.